Hey guys, it's Donna from Donna's Sewing Circle. Gosh, before I even start today, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you, my viewers, my subscribers. I am so in love with what you all have allowed me to do. I love teaching. I have taught quilting and sewing for a couple of years now. I've been doing it for 20. I've been sewing and quilting for 20 plus years. But I didn't start teaching others until about 2 years ago. And more than anything, I want to teach the love of quilting and sewing. There's more to it than putting fabric together. There's more to it than cutting. There's a passion, and I want my students to feel that passion. And I really believe that I am passing that on from me to you. And I am so grateful that you've allowed me to do this for you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for following me, for believing in me, for trusting me to teach you how to quilt, how to sew. Thank you so much. So, with that said, let's begin today's lesson.
So come on in and stay a while.
Today's lesson. Today we're beginning lesson 2 of 7 in the Sunbonnet Sue Appliqué quilt. It is beginner friendly. So if it's something that you've always wanted to do, come on in. We've made space at the table. There's always room for one more in the circle. So today is day 2. Yesterday, day 1, we picked out the fabrics. I chose 16 different fabrics, and I decided to go with, I kept calling them everything else yesterday, but it's gingham. I have a whole lot of gingham fabric, the smaller squares, not the big squares. So I used those. So every girl will be a different gingham dress. I may mix them up a little bit. I didn't have quite 16 gingham fabrics, so I added some polka dots and a little floral polka dot type thing. It's really cute. So now the fun part today is cutting the background blocks. And I've decided to go white. And as you know, I upcycle sheets. So I'm going to use this white sheet. And if you notice in the pattern, it has little separation between the blocks. And I was laying in bed thinking last night, because I love to think about sewing and quilting. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for that fabric in between. And I've gone either with this. I thought it'd be really pretty to have a stripe. So I've considered this. And then I found this also. I'm not sure I have enough of it, but isn't that pretty? So I've got stripes. So I may start with this. If I don't have enough, then I have this back. This is actually a yard, so I know this will be enough. Actually, I'll probably just go ahead and go with this and daydream that I had wished I'd had more of this, because I don't believe it's enough, and I don't want to cut it all out and then be disappointed, because I really don't think it's enough. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I told you that I was using a sheet because sheets are so long and bulky. I try and cut it down to a manageable strip before I cut it into blocks. My blocks need to be 9 inches by 9 inches, because when you fold this, they don't cut correctly because of the folds. So I always give myself a little bit of allowance. So if I need a 9 by 9 block, I'm going to cut it maybe 12 inches. I know it wastes fabric, but that's all I've been able to find that I can do to make it manageable. So I'm going to cut this into strips, and then we will iron it, and then we'll come back and make blocks. So you fold it as neatly as possible, put the edges together. Now this is a sheet, so it has whatever you call that at the top of the sheet, that seam. So you got to consider that when you're cutting blocks out, because you don't want to block a 9-inch block with that seam there. So try and even it out so it'll fit on your cutting board. I need 16 9-inch blocks. I'm going to cut it to about 11. That's 2 inches beyond the 9. All right. Remember the edge I just told you about? I think we'll go about 14 the first time. And then the rest of them will be 11. So I'm going to cut this one at 11. And then I will cut it down after I iron it. Have y'all been following along? How many quilts have you made watching my tutorials? Did you start with Jacob's ladder? Did you make the pinwheel? I'd love to know in the comments. Also, tell me where you're watching from. I've had some from Barbados, several of the states. It's been pretty cool. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Okay, now that I have these cut in strips, I'm going to iron them. Okay, did y'all get yours ironed? How many of you went out and got that smell good for your ironing board? That's linen fresh scent. You get it in the Febreze aisle. It's Walmart's version of Febreze, I suppose. Man, it makes your sewing room smell so good. Makes you a happy person. Makes me happy, happy. All right. I don't think I'll need more than these 2 lengths right here, but I have more if I do need more. So I'm gonna line them up. Are y'all excited about the Sunbonnet Sue quilt? It's one of my favorite ones. And it's so pretty because you can use up your scraps. These need to be 9 by 9. So I'm going to cut them 9 this direction. Then I'll cut them the other. Then I'll cut them 9 the other way. I always double check, even though my grid is numbered. I don't know how many times I've thought I was doing something right and I did it wrong. So I tried to double check everything now. Okay, I'm doing 4 layers at a time, so I have 8. Now we need this 9 inches. And I believe I've got enough right cut from both ends. So if I cut this piece off, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I'll have plenty. That way all edges have a clean edge. This starting to feel like fall in your area of the country? It is here. It's beautiful. Fall is one of my favorite seasons. It is my favorite season. What's your favorite season? A lot of people prefer spring, but mine is the fall. All right, we have 16 blocks. So we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to get the instruction booklet and the other fabric. If you have not downloaded your copy of Sunbonnet Sue, you can go to donnasewingcircle.com and download it for free. It is free. And you'll also get the pattern of the girls. Now, since I only have a yard and I've got to make some long strips out of this, I'm going to cut the long strips first. That way I don't have to piece them together. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean by piecing them together? Piecing them together means having to sew them together because it wasn't long enough. That's what piecing it means. First thing I want to do is cut off this selvage because I don't want it to end up in my quilt by accident. So the wider border is what we'll cut first. So it needs to be 45 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 36. So I will have to do a little piecing. So the bottom and the top, it says 2 inches. So this is the bottom and the top. I want the rows to go the proper direction. Now I'll need another 2 inches. Now I'm going to have to make another 2 inches to attach to that. And any of the leftovers I can use for the dolls. I'm actually not going to touch it until we get to there. And hopefully I can line this up. You see what I'm saying? So they will match continually. So we'll leave the outdoor strips for now. And we'll work on the 9 by 9 or 9 by 2 by 9s. And what I like to do is lay several strips out at a time. When I cut this, so there's 4 in a stack. So I make 12 the first cut. I'm going to cut off the ends. All right, first thing I'm going to do is iron the blocks just to make sure they're nice and smooth. I'm going to add my nice, this is awesome. Get this at Walmart. Makes your sewing room smell really good. Okay, got some beautiful white fabric here. Aren't they pretty? Now we're going to put some pretty girls on there. You take one block, take one girl. Now we put HeatnBond on the back of this. It peels right off. It's a paper backing. And it leaves a shiny layer on the fabric. That's glue. Now when you position this on your fabric, you've got to leave an inch on the edges. Do not put your hat like that. Don't put it on the edge. You've got to give yourself an inch. This is the time you decide if you want all your girls to have the same fabric or if you want to mix and match them. The only place I'll probably mix and match mine. Now when you do the shirt here, I like to leave it tilted a little bit, but the hat needs to go on top. See how I did that? The shirt goes on top. Now what you can do if you do not want to add a hand, because I added a hand, so you could put a hand here, or you also want to fit it to the size. See, the hand is bigger, and to fit it to size, you turn it over and cut off the excess. But some people don't want, because this requires more sewing. You have to go all the way around the hand, and that's a tight curve. So some people will opt out of doing the hands and just do the arm, which is fine, perfectly fine. So, and when you do the shoe, it goes under the dress, not on top of it. The only thing that goes on top is the hat goes on top of the dress, the shoe goes under the dress, and the hand goes on top of the dress. So this is what I have. Trying to debate if I want a pink hand and a pink shoe. Of course, there's other options. I could go yellow. Ooh, maybe yellow is the one I need to do. So I've removed the sticker on those and those. Now I'm going to remove the sticker on the hand, the arm. Put it where I want it. And you put it wherever you want it. Okay? It's yours. Okay, I've got it positioned. That's how I want it. Because once you iron it, you're done. So now you've got it all positioned. All the paper backing is off and it's ready. Now you just put your hot iron on it. Hold it. Now this is HeatnBond Lite, which means you can sew over it. You do not want to use HeatnBond medium or heavy and then sew on it. Do you know why? Let me tell you, because I've done it and you don't want to do it. Learn from my mistakes. It gums your needle up and you won't be able to sew. And then you have a mess that you have to clean up. And you have to change your needle, get a new needle. So don't do it. Don't use medium HeatnBond and don't use strong or heavy HeatnBond. Use light. All right, there's my first girl. Ain't you purty? So we're going to set that aside. If you are making this project with me, I would love to see pictures of what you're doing and how your little girls turned out. If you go to donnasewingcircle.com, that's my website, go to my contact page, and you can send me images there. I would love to see them. Then I'll make a video of all the images y'all send me. I've already gotten a few images of ladies who have done the Jacob's Ladder. And I'll do a montage video of all my students and what they've done. What do you think? I don't think it looks bad. Now there's a lot of things you can do to your Sunbonnet Sues to decorate them. But a lot of that stuff isn't beginner friendly, so I don't teach it. But you can add flowers, you can add a ribbon in the hair. You can put the hand on there. As you can see, I'm opting not to do the hand because it's extra sewing and it's more difficult because of that tight curve. So there are other options, and some people have them holding flowers or holding a puppy. There's a gazillion things you can do to decorate it. If you decide to go that route, like I said, I'd love to see it. I only made one Sunbonnet Sue quilt that was really fancy, and I gave it to my granddaughter. And what I did, every dress was different. I gave her a really pretty apron, and then I gave her Barbie doll hair. I actually had Barbie doll hair coming out of the back of her bonnet. It was really cute. Not very washable friendly. The girls would come out bald probably if you put it in the washer. That's why I only made one quilt like that. But it was really pretty, really unique. Now remember, I did half of mine where they're facing the other direction. And to do that, all you got to do is turn the pattern piece upside down, right side or wrong side, and copy it from the other side. And that will make them face the opposite direction. All right, ladies, if you followed along, you should have 16 little Dutch girls, Sunbonnet Sues, attached to your 9x9 blocks. That concludes today's lesson. Today was day 2. So stay tuned. Tomorrow, same time, 3 o'clock, the next course will drop. Tomorrow's lesson will be appliquing these Sunbonnet Sues to the block. They shouldn't need anything extra. So God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.